Want to make a video that not only grabs attention, but also builds your brand? Stick around, I'm going to give you 5 key ingredients that every brand video needs. So brand videos are extremely important because it allows you to pull customers in and give them a behind the scenes peek of the company, allowing them to connect really, really hard. Now you want to talk about building awareness. That right there is extremely important. When they're well done, why they're so powerful. Number 1, the key ingredient will be a story, the idea. You want to make sure that the founder's there, the co-founder's there, some key people or some representative can talk about the story and the origin of why this thing was created. Everybody loves a good story, right? So in business in general, every company has a story. It was created to do something. It has a mission, and then it had a vision, right? And then it has core beliefs and core values that set the culture inside. So what are those? Why was this company created? What is it designed to do? What need did it fill? What supply did it fill, right? What demand did it fill, actually? So the story and the idea behind this thing, everybody will get connected with the origin and the actual story. Very compelling stuff when you do it right. Number 2, founders and key people. I kind of touched on it a little bit, but going to the founder, the co-founder, investors even, like what they got from it. Breaking it down a little bit to operations, right? Maybe a marketing director, maybe an operations manager, a customer success person, some like key people that just kind of paint the picture of the culture. Again, this video was designed for awareness, right? It's a brand video. It's meant to connect with customers. So it's meant to not only just to sell a product or service, but have people fall in love with the company, with the people, with what it stands for, right? Think of the emotions you get with Disneyland or Disney. Think of those kind of emotions. People just are connected to the actual brand, and we start thinking about the origin of it with Walt Disney and the whole thing that he was doing. And even just his journey beforehand, delivering papers and in the snow as a kid and hustling and the way he was drawing and going through to kind of connect with the people in terms of telling them how these things are running and what the core beliefs are. Maybe you just want to reinforce what the company's core values are. Because if they align with your customers, then you got a big fan, you got a loyal person that's going to stay with your brand for a long time. Number 3, B-roll. B-roll is important because as you're telling these stories, the visuals are going to showcase and enforce those stories, right? So if I'm talking about the founder and the story, and maybe I show pictures, B-roll of pictures, him as a kid, or the ideas he had behind, or whatever vision that he had or whatever experience that he had to help form this company, maybe I'm showing that off, right? So anything that you can reinforce during B-roll to kind of cement that value, that the culture in there of what people are going to connect with is super beneficial. So if it's an office, what's the culture look like? If I'm talking about a product or service, maybe I'm showing that off, right? If I'm touching on the services a little bit. So show as you're talking about it is very, very powerful tool because again, it's storytelling. This is how you would tell a story, right? We want to think of it as like a little documentary series. So you not even a series, a mini documentary, like an independent film almost. Think about it like that. You can make this very cinematic with B-roll. Number 4, services. Now this one, don't get carried away. You guys should have a separate video going in depth with your services, but in the brand video, just lightly touch on it. They know exactly what you do, right? They're like, oh, okay, I get it. This company's here, and then it does this, and this is the story behind it. That's kind of what you want to have in this thing. So lightly touch on the services, you know, who you provide for, what demand in the marketplace that prompted you to create the product or service, and then go ahead and touch on those very, very lightly, skim on them, just so people have an understanding, but save that for a separate video where you can go in depth. Number 5 is emotion. This is the big, big deal because a lot of people will have videos, but they don't have any emotion behind them. Don't be afraid to get a little silly in here. I mean, you can put, depending on the brand and the core values that you have, you can put some humor in there. You can put some emotion in there. You can put some, you know, some laughs, some happy, something, right? And that could be reflected also in B-roll. You guys can put, you know, as you're shooting the environment, as you're shooting the culture, you guys can capture what goes on in the day-to-day. Is it a happy environment? Is it a fun environment? Are people high-fiving? Or you know, we got the sales team high-fiving and doing dances and doing crazy stuff, or you got team meetings where everybody's going crazy because they're celebrating wins. So kind of show the emotion in everything that you're capturing. Goes a long way to do that. And the way you would do that is on the shoot, like how you would shoot things. So again, when you shoot stuff, you always think about the edit in mind. So when you shoot, make sure you're capturing the emotions as you shoot, but in the edit is when you kind of tell the story, right? So we're shooting for it, but we're shooting with the edit in mind because we know we want to tell the story. So make sure we can capture all that emotion when we shoot. Think about how we're going to pull it, because this is something you got to be almost conscious of, right? Like you have to come in there with the mindset of, I am going to capture emotion. Like how can we take what we're doing and then throw some emotion in it? This is the best form of video, even just like any other kind of video, not just brand videos, but anything that has emotion to it, especially when you're storytelling like this. Pull emotion in it. So think before you actually shoot, how can I get emotions on these shots? If you have a shot list and you have an idea of what you're gonna go through, how do I pull emotion out of that? If I'm doing an interview, what questions will I ask to get somebody emotionally charged, right? So you wanna think about these things before, like as you shoot, and then pull it all together with the edit. So these are the 5 things, 5 key ingredients that make a successful brand video. One in many ways. Again, it's all about pulling a customer in and connecting them with your brand. This is all awareness, but it's very, very powerful if you do it right.